What's causing this crisis of low testosterone, hormone disruption? What's causing sperm count to be at extreme lows? What's causing women to now have microplastics in their ovaries, breast milk, placenta? Also going to look at a recent research article that was just published this month that discovered microplastics in 100% of testicles assessed in this study. And this is a big deal because we've seen research over the last several years that has been discovering microplastics in our bodies. And we already have confirmation that these microplastics are disrupting our natural hormone production. It's interrupting our natural production of hormones of testosterone, estrogen. Many of these EDCs, these endocrine disrupting chemicals, are interacting with our bodies in these different ways that are causing men to be more like women and women to be more like men. And we're going to unpack what are the ways that these microplastics, these EDCs, are infiltrating our bodies, because these things are all over the place. And I've seen guys in the comment section already saying, bro, there's nothing we can do about this. This is hopeless. There's nothing that we can do to change this effect of plastics on our bodies. And that to me is just a shitty mindset. And that's the victim mindset. There's a lot that we can do. And it starts with your mindset, with awareness and responsibility. If we can have the awareness to recognize what are the ways that these are getting into our bodies, that awareness then allows us to then make a better decision. And that's where we can then cut off the ways that we're behaving or the products we're using or the ways that we're interacting with the environment that are leaching these microplastics into our body. So just by beginning with awareness and then having a more empowering mindset where you take responsibility for making good decisions, choosing good quality foods, clothing, body care products. There may be cases you can't always make a decision to choose good quality food, clothing, body care products, whatever it may be. There may be situations where there just isn't much for options, but the mindset that there's nothing you can do is a victim mindset. It's disempowering. So I want to first begin by enlightening many of you to just the awareness of recognizing where these microplastics are coming from. Where are these things entering our body? Two of the most important ways that we start off with here are, what are the things that we're putting on our body, such as lotions, body care products, deodorant? What are the chemicals that are coming in contact with our clothing? What are the detergents that you're using? Are you using detergents that are highly synthetic, things that are artificial, that have these artificial scents? Many of these things are endocrine disrupting chemicals. So when you can choose quality products, when you're choosing body care products that are free of phthalates, free of BPA, free of many of these parabens, and many of these endocrine disrupting chemicals that I unpack in the free testosterone optimization course. You can get that in the link for free in the description below. I talk about all of these chemicals, these EDCs like parabens, phthalates, bisphenol A, BPA. Many of these things are in our body care products. They're in the containers that your shampoo come in, that your body soaps come in. The worst time to use these products is when your body is hot. So when you're in the shower and you're getting heat, hot water, that hot water causes all the pores on your skin to open up. So if you have a hot shower, you're using hot water, opening up your pores, this is making you absorb more of these chemicals. So the worst time to be using these chemicals, these body care products that have these EDCs, is when you're in the shower, because your body's warm, it's porous, and it absorbs these things right up. Same idea with your clothing. If you're wearing clothing that has these microplastics in it, things like polyester, spandex, these synthetic fabrics are known to have high amounts of microplastics. The worst time to wear these products is when you're working out, when you're sweating, when your body's warm. The worst time to wear that is the same time that these products are leaching microplastics into your body. Many of the workout wear that you see out there are made of these synthetic fibers marketed as they're moisture wicking. Yes, they may do that functionally. Well, they're also leaching these microplastics into your skin. So in order to remove this exposure to these microplastics, one of the first things you want to do is to eliminate body care products that are leaching these things into your skin. So choosing body wash, choosing soaps that are more natural, that are free of phthalates, that are free of BPA, that are free of parabens. And you can see on many of the labels now, many of these companies that are producing more hormone-friendly products, a lot of them will say on the label, paraben-free or phthalate-free, whatever it may be. Choosing these body care, these body washes that are free of these things, number one first way that you can start to eliminate exposure to these things, especially at the worst times when you're in the shower or when your body's really hot after working out. Which brings me to the next point of avoiding synthetic fabrics, avoiding clothing that is polyester, that is spandex. These pieces of clothing contain microplastics. And yes, in the past, that was all said that conspiracy theory, these things aren't real, that's all fake. Well, time to wake up, guys, because these microplastics are everywhere. It's in our clothing. It's in our body care products. By you just starting to make these decisions to, you might have to spend a little bit more money to buy something that is free of BPA or phthalates or parabens. It's going to be worth the extra $3 or $4 because you're going to preserve your hormones. You're not going to completely wreck your body's hormone profile to have high estrogen, low testosterone, gain body fat, can't figure out why you're not able to lose fat, even though you're in a caloric deficit, this and that, whatever it may be. And all of those things are within your control to make changes. So yes, you may need to spend a little bit more money to buy better quality products, but it's going to be worth it. Just like for you to spend money on clothing that is going to be free of these phthalates, BPAs, parabens, these polyester synthetic, all of these products. It might cost you more money to choose organic cotton or to choose more natural fibers, but you're either going to pay with your money or you're going to pay with your health. For me, health has always been a priority, and I'm always willing to spend a little bit more money to take care of myself. Choosing certain products, certain supplements that are going to help me with my health. These are some of the things that you do want to spend a little bit more money on because this is going to help you to stay healthy. And if you don't have your health, you have nothing. Begin with prioritizing good quality body care products, good quality clothing, natural fibers. And then this brings us to water. So if you're drinking tap water, if you're still one of those people drinking tap water or drinking water from plastic bottles, well, you're continuing to poison yourself with these endocrine disrupting chemicals. When you can choose better quality water, if you can get access to, say, mountain spring water, find some sort of spring water and choose to drink your water out of glass containers or containers that are definitely not plastic. These plastics have been shown to leach into our water supply. And we're finding now that tap water, that your municipal water supplies are full of chemicals. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole list now, but tap water, municipal water supply, many of the water that you're buying in these plastic bottles, these things are contaminated. They're leaching plastics into your body, along with a whole host of other chemicals. And if you're familiar with Alex Jones, you may have heard him make the reference to the frog study done some years ago, where in this study it had looked at the chemical atrazine, which is in the water supply. It's in our food supply. And what they found looking at atrazine is the famous frog study where it turned the frogs gay. And if you actually look at this study, it did change majority of the frogs in this study from male to female, or more of a combination of this sort of androgynous in between sexes. So these are real things, guys. If you're still in denial that microplastics are not in our environment, that there is no crisis of testosterone, fertility, that everything's okay, that everybody's hormones are just perfectly fine and that humanity is not in a crisis of reproduction, hormone issues, health issues. If you're still in denial of this, then there's probably nothing that I can really do or say to wake you up from this. But this is for the people that are out there, the men that are out there that are actually waking up, that are tuned in, that recognize that you may be in your 20s and have low levels of testosterone. If you're that guy that is in your early, mid, late 20s, 30s, and you have low testosterone, you don't know why. Well, here's some of the things to start looking at. What are you doing to your body? What are you putting on your body? What are you putting in your mouth? What are you eating? Because the things that we put in our body and the things that we put on our body are extremely important. And now we're finding that these plastics are all over the place. Yes, to many people, it still may be a mystery of why there's this crisis of low testosterone, why sperm counts at all-time lows, why women are having more issues with pregnancies. Well, guys, look around you. It's in our environment, our food, our water, it's in our body care products, it's in our clothing. There's a lot that each and every one of us can do. And it's an empowering mindset to keep, to know that you can actually make decisions on where you spend your money. If you're continuing to spend money on shitty processed foods, you're continuing to perpetuate the problem. You're paying these companies that are making these fake Frankenstein processed foods. When you spend your money with these companies, it helps to keep them alive. So when you can choose to no longer fund these companies that are putting poisons in our body, these seed oils, these processing chemicals that are FDA approved, but yet they're still toxic and they're hormone disruptors, well, it's time to take your health into your own hands, and it's time to take responsibility and do what you can to make yourself healthy, because the world is out there making money off of people being sick and unhealthy. And the government, the Fed, the healthcare system, they don't make money when you're healthy. So the best thing you can do to take control back, to control where your money goes, to be more sovereign, to be independent, and to stay healthy, the number one thing that you can do is to take control of your own health, to take control of your hormones, and to just be healthy. If you want to get my free testosterone optimization course to give you everything that I did to increase my testosterone by 400% completely naturally, you can get that course for free in the link in the description below. I go into depth on EDCs and the other 6 strategies to optimize your testosterone levels naturally.